Hi guys, Mark Casey here from TUFF Australia. I'm with my buddy Steve Bottrell, our Business Development Manager. And we want to talk about our TUFF 4x4 bar and what makes a TUFF 4x4 bar tough, and why you should consider a TUFF bar as opposed to one that comes in from China or Thailand. So let's just talk about this product here, our TUFF 4x4 bar. It's a great seller. It's Australian made, all Australian products made by Australians. And the money that you spend stays in Australia. It doesn't go to make the Chinese Navy bigger and give them more ships. So we like to support Australian, and we hope our customers do as well. So Steve, did you want to point out a few of the features of the 4x4 bar from your point of view?
Definitely, thanks Mark. Once again, one of the proud things here at TUFF is we've got an Australian design, we've got an Australian engineered, and we've got an Australian made product. So there's not a lot of companies out there that can say that, so to speak. So one of the benefits with TUFF, here I am standing in front of the one that suits the 70 series Land Cruiser. So again, nice 60mm robust steel tube. We've got basically the posts that come up through the centres all made out of 6mm steel. So opposed to a lot of other bars out there in the steel form, a lot of them are only using between 3 and 4mm. So again, there's a lot of structural integrity in the top half of the bar. Down along the front here, you'll sort of see as well, we've got another 50mm tube. Again, and not a lot of other bull bar manufacturers use this. It's a great added protection for the headlight as well. Plus also gives a lot more support in the main C channel of the bar. One of the things too is the 6mm, as I explained to you, with the post goes right the way down in behind the bar, and it forms a big 6mm winch plate in behind there as well. So on top of that, if you've got the outer sheath of 3mm, so essentially we're talking 9mm of steel to protect your vehicle.
What the customers tell us about this is that, you know, they've hit lots of kangaroos, the bar's still going well, they still get home. I think if you have a strong product that's made for Australian conditions, it's going to keep you safer on the road, safer for you and the family, and you get there in one piece. And you're speaking about the headlights. Well, if you break a headlight in a modern car, you could be paying $3,000 and your insurance premium goes up. So that's why we try to make these as strong as possible.
That's exactly right, Mark. Spot on. So to complement the bull bar as well, we also recess our fog lights and our LED park indicator lights, so they're behind the bull bar, so to speak, so less chance of breaking them upon an animal strike.
So one thing our customers tell us about these bull bars is they'll take a lot of punishment out in the bush. We've been making these bull bars for 20 years. We're known for a 5-post bull bar, which is a bit of a legend out in the bush in the outback, and it's a product of choice for farmers, mining companies, hire companies. But the 4x4 is a great product, and it will stand up to abuse. Some people will go off the road, they'll hit a small tree or a fence post. They might put a bit of a dent in it, but they can keep going. Some of the products that come in from China, they probably would be good enough to drive over your mother-in-law's rose bush, but that might be about it. So with this product here, it's meant to be made, it's made for Australian conditions. It's made to keep people safer on the road. So you get to travel to where you go to with mom and the kids, you get there in one piece. You won't get something going through your radiator because we don't have a big hole in the middle of the channel that's got a plastic thing that looks really nice, but a kangaroo's head will probably go through it. So this is made for real kangaroos, not inflatable kangaroos. So it's pretty tough. Over to you, Steve.
As Mark said, as far as protection goes, you know, it's peace of mind, it's 100% satisfaction. So when you're spending the money on the bar, you know you're going to get that peace of mind. We also complement the bull bars with a recessed fog light and park indicator light as well. These are protruded in behind the bar. So again, if you are unfortunate enough to get an animal strike, you're not going to push those out. The other two main benefits to the 4x4 bar, of course, is we've got twin antenna tabs mounted on the passenger side of the vehicle all the time. So obviously UHF antenna provision, and also a selfie antenna, or you know, any other sort of equipment you may be running in your vehicle. We've also got down here 2 additional spotlight tags. Now these are slotted as well, so again, don't have to drill through tabs. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to fit a set of driving lights yourself and you go, oh, I don't have a drill that size. we've eliminated that. So again, you just put the driving light on, you bolt it, and it's done. As discussed, this main protection tube under the headlight also runs right the way through the center of the bar where the spotlights are mounted. This also offers that extra added strength to the C channel itself, and also another structural point for this main post, so to speak. Down in the side of the bull bar too, we laser cut our logo in the side, just so you know that that is our bull bar. It's Australian made and it has not been imported.
It's worthwhile talking about the way we finish these bars and the way we coat them. We were struggling with some of the materials we were getting to coat them with the powder coating. So we developed our own powder coat. We developed a primer which is very high in zinc. So it almost gives you that kind of galvanized effect to prevent corrosion. Because these end up all across Australia and sometimes near the sea. So you've got to make sure you've got a good primer on it and a good top coat. Again, we use a Ripper Black top coat, which we've developed ourselves. The other thing about our product is that we will then abrasive blast the whole bar before we put the primer on and then the top coat. We also make sure we put plenty of material on the back of the product, at the back of the channel, where some of the competitors don't actually put any top coat in the back here. So we make sure it's fully coated, and then we test it with Positector to make sure we're getting enough film build on the product. With these bull bars, on most models you will get underbar protection to protect the bottom of your vehicle, so your mother-in-law's roses don't scratch the bottom of the car. So we'll make sure that you've got that underbar protection that covers underneath the car. So I don't know if Steve talked about the post, the strength of that post, the strength of the channel. It's a really tough bull bar. It also comes, as we mentioned, the winch compatible. That's another part of it. We're just going to have a look at a competitor bull bar, one that's imported from Asia. The customer removed this and put a TUFF bull bar on, and you know, you can see clearly that there's a few differences in the way it's made and the probably rigidity and the strength of it. I mean, these can be a very good product if you want to put on a couple of spotlights, but this one probably not so good because it broke off. But yeah, you can, you know, everything has a purpose. But the one thing I would point out, that when you look at the TUFF product that we just spoke about, the 4x4, it's very, very competitively priced with the stuff that comes in from China and Thailand. In fact, in some instances, you get an Australian-made bull bar for Australian conditions cheaper than the stuff that comes in off the boat from China, which is, not a lot of people understand that, but that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we've got a product out there at a good economic price point that competes with the stuff that comes in from China and Thailand. So Steve, you might please talk about a few of the things on this particular product. Now, it's a bit of a roughie, she's had a rough life, but there's a few things you can talk about.
Yeah, correct. Bit of a difference between the two, obviously. This bar here is designed in a 50mm tube. It has a wall thickness of about that 2.4mm. When we're looking at the TUFF bar over there, as we did previously, that one is a 60mm tube, but it has a 4mm thickness to the wall as well. So it's essentially not just a piece of bent exhaust pipe, so to speak. The posts in this bar here, you can see here they're a 3mm. In the TUFF bar over there, we're running a 6mm. So 3 times the strength of that. So again, upon a roof strike, that one's going to handle it much better than what this one will. You can see here they've done a similar sort of idea with their headlight strength. However, we've used, you can see over there, a 50mm tube. This one here, I think, Mark, would be around 40mm by the look of that. So it does look quite small. Again, the little spotlight tabs over here that you can see previously the client had to drill holes in to mount their lights. We've eliminated that from get-go as well.
We've got a fair bit of corrosion in the back of this one, but it is an old bar. But I think that's where we're trying to make sure that our bars don't rust out. So we'll put plenty of coating at the back of them. The other thing, Steve, what we were talking about is the fitting. And with some products you get a lot of parts, a bag of bolts and a few bits and pieces, whereas we tend to go pretty straight on with two bracket points.
Correct. So from previous and past experiences, I've seen many bull bars fitted to vehicles in various ways, shapes and forms. And I will be honest, out of all bull bars I've seen, for a DIY bar, if you guys wanted to fit it yourself, I'd be 100% happy to say that you could do it. I've seen some of these bars come with in excess of 30 different brackets and 80 to 100 different bolts, washers and nuts combined as a kit. So again, fitting instructions are so imperative with those type of bars, because and not only the TUFF bar you're fitting in, you know, 2 hours on a 70 series or 3 hours on a 70 series, depending on obviously the make and model. With a bar that has all those components, as I say, you're looking in excess of 7 to 8 hours fitment time. So again, if you're a retail customer and you're wanting to pay for a bull bar to be fitted, who wants to be spending $1,200 to have their bar fitted? Yeah. It's simple. When you can choose a TUFF, you get the robust, you get simple fitment. It doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to have it fitted. One of the things I really wanted to go in depth with too is I've got with me a 70 series Land Cruiser bracket here. So I mean, to compare this bracket with this is totally different because it's off a different vehicle, of course. This bull bar actually slides over the front of the channel and it's just got bolts that bolt it through. So with the TUFF design here, you can see it here. Again, where the strength is in this plate is 10 mil thick. So again, all the integrity that holds the bull bar to the chassis is all done through this plate. So you can see here, to bend that's going to take one hell of a knock, ain't it, Mark? Might be a bit more than a little rose bush, I think. Yeah. So you can see here on the little side bracket here is a thinner plate, but again, it's only holding a little part of the bull bar. So whereas all the strength is done in here, then it's bolted through the top bolts in the chassis through the same 10 mil plate. So value for money, that's the way to do it.
Pretty much all of our bull bar brackets are made out of 10mm steel, and the bracket system that connects the bar to the car is critical, because that's the part that's going to take the hit if you hit something. It's also the part that you need to have designed correctly to make sure the airbag goes off. So we've got 5 mechanical engineers working here to make sure everything works with airbags. We've also got adaptive cruise control, automatic braking systems and sensors. So we're constantly working to make sure the product will interact with all of the technology that's very prevalent now. And we're covering all the main brands and all the new models. We've got them working. So
again, the TUFF 4x4 bar is available in either steel or alloy. It's as we said, it's designed in Australia, it's engineered in Australia. One of the biggest things with that bar too is it's built to complement your new vehicle warranty. So at the end of the day, that bar, if you don't want to put like a big 5-poster or 4-poster on, you've always got the strength option. So
I think one of the things to think about, if you're driving out in the bush or you're doing a lot of traveling out remote areas, you know, every time you hit something with maybe a less robust product, it's got to go into the repair shop. You're going to have to pay excess on your insurance. You're going to be without your vehicle. Your insurance premium will go up as a result, and that all adds up, you know. So it might be worthwhile making sure you get that type of Australian product, that robust and strong product first up, and the price is fully competitive with the stuff that comes in from China. So,
you know what we should do? Okay. I reckon we go and check out one on a car.
Yeah, why not do that? Let's do it. Back again with another 4x4. This time it's on a car, on a 70 series. Got a lovely sandy top 4x4 bar, matching in with the Cruiser. This one here has got rack tubes, so person being a tradie or whatever, they could put an H rack in here and then carry some material on the vehicle, which we provide the H rack and the tubes. It just makes it a more utilitarian vehicle. What do you reckon, Steve? You like this one?
I do. I think it looks very, very nice. Everyone loves the sandy top. Yeah, who doesn't? So again, you can see it on the vehicle here. Spotlight tabs, the UHF tags are up here, obviously. The winch compatibility is renowned for the bar. One of the things we didn't get to talk to over in the other shed, because obviously the bar wasn't fitted, but we do also option a side rail and step for this. So in particular, you can have a single rail and step, or we can add our legendary dual rail and step. And obviously that dresses it right through. So as you can see, this one isn't fitted yet. It is sitting over there on the floor. This one's getting the twin rail and step. So obviously the rail and step is a good thing too. It adds a little bit more integrity to the corner of this bar. So if you did have an animal strike on an impact from this angle, that rail is also going to stop this bar coming back into the car. You know, saving you a headlight cost. And in some vehicles,
90% of the side rails, the brush rails that we do are the jewels. People just love the jewels. One of the things we want to talk about is the distance our bar is from the vehicle, right? We like to keep some space, a buffer there between the body or the lights and the bar. Our competitors often tend to have the product very close to the light, so that if something hits, bang, it could possibly go into the light. So we like to leave a bit of a room. Obviously with the rack tubes, it's made it a little bit closer to the grille, but there's still some good clearance there. So that distance is part of our product design, that we don't want it too close to the car. Because if you hit it, it just goes into the grille, and it's like, what's the point then? We also have the LED lights here, which work very well, so that your driving light or parking light and your indicators all set up with the vehicle. So that's the 4x4 bar on its anti-top.
As you can see, they're already ready for fog lights. So if the vehicle doesn't have fog lights, the cut is there for it, so you can always add it to later. It's just a simple snip, snip, and then your fog light goes in. One of the other things too that makes the 4x4 bar very, very good is where this bull bar actually finishes here. So as we know, we all love cruisers, and we put big wheels on these cruisers. So what that does is it keeps the bull bar away from scrubbing on the bigger wheels should you add it. So just a little bit more clearance there when you're articulating off-road.
There you go, so snip, snip. Sounds like a vasectomy, that.
It does.
Okay, we've got a competitor bull bar here in the yard. We're just noticing the proximity of the bar to the body of the car and the light unit here. This is a good product, does a great job, but it wouldn't meet our design criteria, where we don't like to have the product too close to the vehicle, so if you hit something, it's going to damage the vehicle. We feel a bull bar is there to protect the vehicle and of course the occupants. Other thing about these type of bull bars, they have a lot of them have a very big section in the middle with some light material, like a grating, and it's right in the middle of the channel, and I guess there's a reason for doing that, but again, we wouldn't build a bar like that because we feel that the kangaroo's head's going to get through there, these inflatable kangaroos that float around. But anyway.
So yeah, this is the section that Mark was talking about with the basically grill or mesh insert, whatever you wish to call it. Again, does offer, you know, good airflow, but again, when we go back to the rose bushes, the old leaf would probably break that. So again, not sort of what we do, but again, each bar is built for purpose. So
yeah, maybe the mother-in-law looking at it would break it. With some bull bars, it can be good to have lightweight material. We do offer alloy, which is 1/3 of the weight of steel, and we make it very strong. So that's great. And some other products that we see out there, they do have a lot of flex in them. It's a bit like Gumby on a good day. When, you know, that wouldn't be the way we do it.
So there you have it, guys. I hope this helped you out to realise that exactly what we do here at TUFF to make a TUFF bull bar tough. Thanks, Mark.
Cheers.
We'll see you in the showroom.
See you guys.